Hey, cool. Peace. Kian here. Welcome back to Guitars, Songs and Home Studios. Cool. Okay, cool. So today I'm going to work on making the half-size panel, the narrow panel for the acoustic treatment for my studio. Last week I made these wider panels and I showed you how to do that. You can see that if you haven't seen it in the video, which is just about to pop up there, just about now. So today the half panel is half the size of one of these, and it's there to fit in and make the room, to be able to treat the room in the best way that I possibly can to find my early reflections. I'm still researching on the best way for me to hang the panels. That's something I'm going to wait on. That might be a couple of weeks down the line because I really want to make that right. I want to get the right decision for that. So I'll get back to you on that one. But that's cool. But today it's the narrow panel. Stay with me and we'll just jump through the wall, go to the garage and start building. Cool. So here's the thin panel that we're looking at today. The dimensions, the external dimensions are 1200 millimeters tall by 345 millimeters wide when it's all put together. There's the materials. Number one, number two were sourced from a very famous DIY store here in the UK. One is the wood, two are the wood screws, 3 and 4 were found and sourced online, 3 being the staples and 4 the fabric. The beige is the front and the black is the back. Here is the rock wool. This is the sound insulation that is going on the inside of the panel. Okay, so here's the build dimensions. So internally it is 300 millimeters, so half of one of the slabs of the rock wool, and then externally it's 1200 millimeters tall. That comes to a grand total of £17.56 per panel when it's all put together, which is pretty good considering when you have a look at them if you wanted to buy them professionally. So there you go. So let's get to building. Okay, cool. So we're back in the garage. We're going to work on the thin panel today. So I'm just going to lay it out on the floor and then show you how I screw it together. Then we'll put the insulation in and do the fabric covering like we did on the wide panel. So stay with me, I'll be back in a minute. Cool. Okay, so here's the narrow panel just laid out on the floor like I did last time. So this is before it's all screwed up together. But it is the same as the last one, 1200 millimeters long, 1.2 meters, and then the internal width is 300. So you've got the 300s here and down at the end there, which is cool. So that's the panel. I'm going to screw it together now. Let's have a bit of music and I'll see you on the other side. Cool. Careful with the heat in your heart. Careful with the heat in your heart. The big sick thing's gonna drive friends apart. You gotta be careful with the heat in your heart. You know the times you never meant to say that. Why do the words just come out wrong? And all the time your head is thinking, well, it's just good to get along. So look for the signs you feel for the heat. Don't let it walk you down that dead end street. Careful with the heat in your heart. Careful with the heat in your heart. The big sick thing's gonna drive friends apart. You gotta be careful with the heat in your heart. Take a good look at what you're doing. Are you being too weak or just too strong? Will a good friend understand it? If you push too fast or you push too long. So look for the signs and feel for the heat. Mixed things gonna drive friends apart. You gotta put the heat in your heart. Okay, cool. So here we are in the studio. I'm going to put the covering onto the thin panel now. I've got the insulation in, and I'll show you that. But I've got my covering now. The material, again, is the same material as I use for the wide panel. It's breathable, so it lets the sound waves go through it to get into the insulation where it's trapped inside the panel. It's that nice beige colour that I wanted for my studio to make it sort of all blend in and not be really on top of you. But you can have yours as funky as you like. But that's cool. So I've got to get this a good iron in now to get it flat before I put it on the panel. Okay, so just done a good iron on my piece of material for the cover of the thin panel. The rectangle this time is, you can't see it there properly, but it's 70 centimeters wide. That's what I've figured out, that's what I've worked out works and gives you enough space or enough material to pull it tight and make it taut on the actual panel. And it's 1.4, 1.5, 1.49, 1.5 meters wide. That was what the material came as. That was the specification for the material. So that's cool. So if you have a good iron to get rid of the creases, which always works well. So I'm going to set it up now, and let's get down to covering our thin panel. Cool. As before, we just lay it down on the top of our panel with the insulation in. And then what I'll do is I'll pull it tight. Get it so it's nice and even, and then I just pull it tight to me, and I just tuck it underneath to start with. So I've got one edge that is caught by the wood, and then I just push it across, push it a bit tighter. Using that edge that I've got the material stuck under, I'll then flip it on over. And then, once it's on its front, tighten it again, using the weight of the panel, get it straight. Then what I'll do is, this flap now, I'll just put in some staples to hold it now. Just some staples to hold it tight while I work on straightening it all out. Just pulling it tight, just putting a couple of staples in. Okay, I'll get back to you. Let's have some music. Each day singing a different song, and all the time my head is thinking, I'm kinda glad I get it wrong. Okay, cool. So I've done the fabric, I've pulled it onto the sides and I made it taut, and I've tightened and stapled down the sides. You've seen when I turned it over that it's nice and flat on the front. I'll bring you in closer now to show you how I'm doing a corner. Okay, so I've cut the material down a bit. Doesn't have to be neat, but I've cut it down so I haven't got so much, I have too much material there. Okay, so I've cut it down so it's about, I think it's 14 about 14 centimeters at the end of our panel. So it's just like wrapping a Christmas present. Make a triangle on your top part, and then just fold this part back over, out the way. Make sure this is tight, and then put a staple in. Okay, so once that's tight, put 3 staples in right down the bottom there, make sure it's tight, and then this part we're just tightening out the way up on this side. And then we're going to do the same on this other side. And then, with our little flappy bit, just the same as a Christmas present, bring it up, make it tight, and then secure it. Cool. These bits I'll come back to in a minute. I'm going to go down the other end, spin it around, do the other side. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, cool. So there we go. A narrow panel. Material across the front. It's stapled on the sides and back. What I'm going to do now is tidy up this front. These bits here. All you need to do with those is just staple them in, just to tidy them up. Get with the heat in your heart. Get with the heat in your heart. Big sick things gonna drive friends apart. You gotta be the heat in your heart. So there you go. Nice and neat, nice and tidy. Right, now one thing you could do is, that's the panel now. It's a bit messy at the back, but it doesn't matter because it's going on the wall. But what I'm going to do, what I did with the wide panel, I'm going to seal this rock wool inside by putting some cheap, just really cheap black cotton fabric on the back of it, just to seal the whole unit. Okay, cool. Okay, so here's the panel from the back. I've put the fabric on the back now to seal those fibres in. When it gets loud in here, we don't want them blowing out the back. But I went over the top, I would say, with those staples, purely and simply to make sure that it was nice and sealed. I could put more in, I suppose. I could have put less. You can do whatever you want, really. Whatever you feel is necessary for your panels. But that's the back. All done now. Cool, let's have a look at them. Okay, cool, fantastic. So thanks for being here. I hope this has helped you. Let me know, leave some comments down below if you've made some panels for your studio, or whether you might try to make some yourself now. Hopefully this video has helped you, and the other videos helped you to think about what you can do and how easy it is. These are the panels all together. There's 4 of them so far. Panels. Hopefully this has helped you. As I said, if there's anything you need to know or anything you think I could help with, please leave a comment, let me know, send me a message. Hopefully you can make some panels for yourself and save some money. Okay, thank you for being here. I hope this video has helped you. Please leave some comments and let me know. Hit that thumbs up so that you say that you like it, because that helps me to reach other people. Hit that subscribe and the notifications bell so that you know when there's more videos coming for you from guitars, songs and home studios. Lots more to come in 2020. Stay safe and I'll see you soon. Peace.